Alright, so today I'm going to make a spinnerbait. Show you how I make my spinnerbaits. First thing we're going to do, put the skirt on. I have stopped using rubber skirt collars, and all my skirts are now wire tied. And this is the wire I use. It's craft wire. I get it from the craft store. 26 gauge copper wire. This is red, but you can get whatever color you want. And it's, I don't know, maybe $2.50, $3, something like that for a 30-yard bundle of it. So I take and cut off a piece about 4 inches, 3 or 4 inches or so. This one is already bent into a V shape or a U shape. And all we're going to do is making a coleslaw colored spinnerbait. So what we need for that is 1 tab of white, oops, caught that on the hook, and 1 tab of chartreuse with orange tips. So we want the chartreuse and orange to be on the top of the spinnerbait, so it's going to go in the bottom when it's on the vise. And the vise I'm using, this is a cheap vise. It was $7, I think. I mean, really cheap vise. But it's just something to hold the hook still while you're doing this. So you're gonna, put the top skirt, goes on the bottom of the bait because it's upside down right now. So we put the top color in, which is the chartreuse with orange tips, put it in the wire, and then push it up onto the collar of the jig, or the spinnerbait rather. We're going to take the bottom color, which is the white, and we're going to lay this down on top and pull it, get it to where it's at the right length. And spinnerbaits, you want this back end shorter than the front end, because then the front end folds over and they become about the same length. I'm just going to try and get sorry for how shaky this is, get my finger in here and see, yep, they're in the right position. So we're going to take and pull this wire up, and this might be a little tough for you to see if my hands start blocking it. We're going to cross the wires over each other, whoops, and then go underneath. Go across each other again. We're not twisting them, we're just crossing them, the opposite sides of the bait. And go back up. At this point, you want to make sure everything is spread out. You've got everything oriented where you want it to be. It's not, you don't have them on the sides rather than on the top and the bottom. This one looks good. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the wire up. I'm going to grab a pair of pliers. Normally I'd use needle nose pliers, but I just had these normal pliers sitting here. Hold the spinnerbait and pull up, pull it really tight. Now it's all bunched in. We're going to go ahead and start twisting these wires together. You want to twist them by hand, because if you over twist this like you could with a pair of pliers, this is going to end up being fairly shaky, so sorry about that. But you don't want to over twist this too tight, because it'll end up breaking the wire off, and you don't want to break it. But you want to make sure that it does spin down and twist into the collar. So now that we've got that twisted, we're going to go ahead and cut that off. Don't cut it off too high up or too low. You want to leave, like 1/8 of an inch of wire wraps where it's twisted. Give that a little clip. Throw that piece away. And then just go ahead and fold your tab over to one side. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our scissors, cut this skirt free. This front end, I think, is going to be off the camera, but just going to bring the ends together and cut the tab off, so now it's just free. We'll do the same thing on the back end here. Just bring them together even and cut the strands free. Now if you want to just replace a skirt on your spinnerbait, or you know, wire tie any skirt, jig skirt, anything, that's all you got to do, you're done. To finish this, whoops, sorry about that. To finish the spinnerbait, we're going to have to grab our round nose pliers here. And if you can see, these are round. You know, the whole tip is round. And these are nice ones. These are beading pliers I got from the craft store for $12 or $15, but they work really well for bending wire for fishing lures. Grab the tip of the wire on the spinnerbait, and I use the small diameter, the smallest diameter. Grab it right at the tip and just bend it all the way back to where it almost touches back to the main shaft. I'm going to put this one together. Got some size 5 Deep Cup Colorado hammered gold blades. We're going to put on there. Get a lot of thump. A bit of, you know, the gold gives off a really nice flash, and you get some really good thump out of a Colorado blade. And that's you know, I prefer Colorado blades. I prefer single blade Colorado blades for my spinnerbaits. And we're going to use, this is a spinnerbait swivel, which is a ball bearing swivel that has larger than normal split rings, and they make it easier to get the blade on the split ring. Going to find the opening on this end. You don't need split ring pliers for this at all. You just use the blade to separate the split ring, and right on it goes. Just work it around, and there you go. The reason you want to use ball bearing swivels instead of you know, barrel swivels or crane swivels is look at how freely that spins. You can't do that with you know, with a crane swivel or a barrel swivel or anything. You want a quality ball bearing swivel. Slide it right on there, and then we're going to go back to our normal pliers. We're just going to pinch this closed. And when I pinch this closed, I pinch the wire to the side so that you're probably not going to be able to see that. But so the wire actually sticks up a little bit over the main shaft where it's bent back. So this blade is not, you know, there's no way this blade's coming off of there. So there's our spinnerbait. The nice coleslaw color, white belly, chartreuse and orange top, single Colorado, number 5 blade. And look at how free that spins. Thanks for watching.